Yep. So, where would I add something into the notes if it was a discussion topic idea?
Wait. I'd just put it down by lore. I didn't know if we had any, so I just put that. What would you like to see in Q3 or Q4?
Just in general, this year. Like, not related to the big announcement or anything. Just
in the future.
Quality of life or...
Alright, there we go.
You know, just...
We are in Tree Show pre-show.
Yay!
Woohoo! I'll tweet. I'll send the tweeters.
Make sure to let them know it's the biggest show of the year.
I cannot believe it. Grizz already has his Extra Life t-shirt. Like, my Twitter, I was scrolling down, and it's like, congratulations, Grizz has earned his Extra Life t-shirt. And I was like, what? Buddy, it's the first. And it said 20 hours ago. I was like, you earned your t-shirt within 4 hours? What?
Is that
what are you doing?
Is that for this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's the you have to hit for that?
200.
Huh.
He literally, like, apparently did some event thing where if he bet something and won $100 or, I don't know, something along those lines. But I was literally like, what the? I was like, is that a new record, homie? Like,
he's just amazing at that.
Yeah, Grizz is so good at that stuff. He said, I tweeted at him, I said, holy crap, is this a new record? Like, t-shirt earned within hours, we are not worthy. And he goes, I always start the year off with something to kick it off.
Nice.
That's amazing. Okay, let me go into the actual...
You did hear what I said,
Snugpod
right? What you
channel.
need to include in the tweet, right?
Yeah, biggest show of the year.
Mm-hmm. Because, you know, it is. This will be the biggest one ever.
Biggest
biggest one
show of the year so far.
No, just leave
that's
out.
what I'm gonna put.
Leave out so far. Just biggest show of the year. Makes it sound, you know, best show of the year. Disregard.
Spectacular.
Disregard the fact that it's also simultaneously the worst show of the year. Just say it's the best one of the year, the biggest and the best show of the year.
That's false advertising.
It's not false advertising to say it's the biggest and best show of the year. Of our shows so far this year, it's the biggest and best one. I like the good old puns. I can't help it.
I said, Tree Show pre-show is live, and it's our most spectacular show of the year. Granted, it's the only show of the year so far.
Time to throw down. Speaking of throw down, I think I'm going to throw down my build and change some stuff up soon.
What?
I think I might go back to a bow, at least on one bar. Possibly two.
A double bow tank?
No. Just my, like, solo play stuff.
Oh, your solo play stuff?
Yeah, I might play around with a Bobo Templar.
I'm thinking about making a Bobo Warden.
Bo.
I just wonder how it would feel with a Warden. A Templar that's... Because they are somewhat geared at being up close and, you know, jabs being their primary ability. But, yeah. Might go Bobo Healer.
What, you want me to tank this year? Trade roles?
Yeah.
You want me to try Nightblade tank? Apparently they're very viable right now.
Yeah.
According to Loctavian.
Sure.
That's what he's always
I said
had.
I'll tank. But wait,
Gwen's gonna tank.
I'll tank. I can tank.
You don't want me healing, but if we must.
You can Nightblade heal.
Oh my
That's a
god,
thing.
that's so hard. It's
Do
hard
it.
though.
Do it.
I believe in you. I think you could do it. Throw on the
I will
resto
tank
staff.
this.
Okie dokie.
I don't even have the stuff to gear up as a healer at the moment.
Oh, me either.
Okay, cool. Join Wednesday Night Trials. Run through some normal cloud rest. Get you some Olo. It'll be great.
Oh, thank you. Speaking of which, that's what I needed to put in. I was like, why did I open Discord? What was I doing? It was because I was adding the stuff that was in our leadership channel earlier.
YOLO,
NCR.
We have a leadership channel?
Yeah. Do you ever frequent it? No. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I check on it.
I know. I'm just teasing you.
I giggle, I smile, and then you say something in my face deadpans.
N C R N R G and maybe a third question mark? Oh, NSS, Normal Sunspire. Monday Night Mayhem. Wow, I can't spell achievements. And probably tomorrow Discord is gonna have some big changes happening.
Ew. Okay.
It is going to be a new updated code of conduct as well as a new forward message when you apply into the guild.
Oh, okay, those, yeah.
And also new roles. So the roles that were not being featured, and all the pinging and stuff, and like the RP channels and art channels and all that stuff, there were no proper roles set for them.
Hey,
With
guess who looked at the leadership channel?
With the bots and whatnot. Did you?
He did.
Oh.
Are you talking about me?
Yes, you. My phone went off, and I'm like, what? Oh, leadership channel. Oh! Never seen the leadership channel.
Oh, that's the wrong one though, buddy.
Yeah, I looked at the other one too. You're talking about the PlayStation leadership channel, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's being taken care of as well already, too, what you responded to.
Wait, if there's new roles, does that mean we have to change our roles?
You will probably have to reselect again, but, hold on one second. I will... Yeah, it's very easy. It looks pretty.
I've seen the icon.
Should
Matt's done a really great job with them.
I just only saw the PC option initially.
Should we just start a whole new Discord?
No, I'm not. No, that's all I'm saying. Nope.
I just meant, you know.
Permission to throw him off a cliff?
I just meant to migrate people over to. Like,
nope.
Like, you know.
Nope.
Requesting permission to, like, not block aggro on his character specifically.
Absolutely. There's a block bug anyway. It's fine. Just don't throw the heal. Anyway, yeah, so stuff will be changing over probably in the next few days. So I'm going to add that in right at the bottom of our guild announcements thing.
That's important, yeah.
Yeah. It'll also make it easier because if you choose like a trials, like if you choose trials or RP or any of that stuff, it no longer means that we have to do like at PSNA, right, in those channels in case people who are just in the guild don't want those channels. Now I'll be able to do like PSNA RP or whatever, you know. It has the roles divided up, or like PSNA PvP or trials or whatever. So it will hopefully make it so that people feel like it's not as overwhelming because they won't open up and see like 85 channels. They'll only see what they select.
So basically, each channel will end up having a role associated to it.
Yeah, for not each channel, but quite a bit of them.
A lot of the more specific channels.
The more specific channels, yes. And then you can even choose. You can even choose the like the general ones as well. So there's like a common community role piece where you can choose those as well.
I'm gonna have to go through and mute everything again.
Well, you just won't select it unless you just want it.
I'll figure it out when it happens. I'm not concerned.
Yeah, it's hopefully won't be so bad.
Like doing Discord the first time around, considering this was the first Discord channel I ever joined, was hell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and when Jibs first did it, like there were a bunch of things he had to change with bots and all sorts of stuff. So you know, we learned a lot.
Bots are fun.
Yeah.
I wish I had time to and I guess the motivation to learn how to make my own bots.
Oh boy, Matt is stellar at that.
Oh, is he making his own now?
Oh, he has been. Like the Phrastus of Elnir and all that stuff. Like if you go into the chats and you do like not the Kagranax tools, but if you do like in Apocrypha, if you do like the one-liners and stuff, like the Hermaeus Mora lore bot and all of that, that's him.
Okay. I guess
I'm pretty sure he's done all of that. One-liners.
I know there's
dates.
I know who was it? I don't remember. Was it Wohler or something like that had made some of those older ESO bots?
Yeah. Yeah, he made like the Dwemer bot and all of that stuff initially, I think. So, but yeah, I go into Apocrypha, like today I did one-liner. And the one-liner that came up with was a Belkarth guard. I can recommend a good book to get your life back in order. It's called Pay Your Bounty, Criminal Scum. So you can do fun stuff like that in there. But anyways, yeah.
We were gonna do a show, right?
Let's do a show.
Said, but
let's do a show.
Yes, let's do a show. Do I want another drink? Ready? Do I want another drink first? Maybe I want another drink.
You do, in case you're coughing and dying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like it's actually getting cold in here. I'm gonna grab my sweater. Give me a second.
Oh, I didn't tell my parents I was home.
They calling you, making sure you're okay.
They're not yet, but I'm going to call them really fast. Hold on one second.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Okay, I got me some agua. Agua.
The other one had to run off to make a quick phone call, and then we'll be ready to go.
Cool beans.
My New Year's resolution is quitting energy drinks. It's not going to be that hard. It's getting over the caffeine headache at this point, honestly. Like, even the zero sugar ones taste too sugary now. I haven't eaten a lot of sugar in the past couple of years, and anything that's kind of sweet at all, it's just too much.
I don't drink too many energy drinks these days unless I'm like struggling to stay awake, because I do have to drive for work sometimes. Not far, but heck, even my drive home is 30 minutes, you know. But occasionally if I'm doing deliveries, and I haven't had a lot of sleep the night before, I'm like, man, I'm dozing, I'm gonna have to do something. I'll stop and get one, but most of the time I just drink coffee in the mornings.
I love my mom, but she was Literally like, oh, I got into my ancestry DNA thing, and like, yeah, I found out that I'm X amount of this, and I was able to get this, and I'm like, okay, Mom, I love you. I'll talk to you about it later. I have to go to a show now. I just wanted you to know I'm home. I was like, we made it home. I didn't die delivering your mail. I had to like drop mail off and mail stuff for her on the way home. So my dad was all like freaked out because he's like, I don't want you going to the mailbox by yourself late at night. He's like, Dad, I'm not getting out of the car. It's okay.
Those mailboxes will bite you.
That's right. Oh boy.
Are we ready?
Okay.
Mailbox
I'm ready.
is a mimic.
Ready when you are.
Alright, un momento. Welcome back to A Snugpod Cast. This is our biggest, baddest, most bestest, awesomest, greatest, spectacularest show of the year. We have only done this show this year, so that's not technically saying much, but it's still true. I'm never separate. I have with me as normal, always, usually, my two lovely co-hosts. I have Gone Crazy back soon. How are you?
I'm doing good. New year, same Snugpod.
Same Snugpod. And Gwen the Bard. What's up?
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you guys since last year.
Oh my goodness, it has
Whoa!
been. Man.
It's been so long.
Oh.
Oh, the New Year puns. Gotta love them.
Someone had to do it.
Someone had to do it. I'm actually.
Hey, wait. I don't know if we should have these cookies or this meat on the table. It's from last year. Might be expired.
Expired cookies.
New
and
life is still going on. And with
I
how
know,
much
I'm just-
sugar in it, it should be
I'm
fine.
just-
like literally,
just
meat is
teasing.
made of honey. Honey doesn't expire. It's
No.
fine.
We'll be
And-
fine. If anything, it just is stronger.
Yeah,
Like if anything, the sweet rolls are just crusty sweet rolls now.
Yes.
yeah. If you have honey that has mold on it, you can pretty much just scrape the mold off and you're good to go. So,
Basically.
I've never heard of honey getting mold on it.
yeah. I think it's like sometimes if you get a little moisture in the container, it could possibly mold. But
Interesting.
yeah, because I've
Anyway.
looked, I'm like, we've got some old honey in the cabinet. We should probably check on that. It's like, oh well, everything says that it's fine as long as it's not moldy. So cool. Anyway, so we're all at least one day older than we were last year, and some of us have even celebrated birthdays recently. Well, one specifically.
Yes. Yes, that's what I've been doing in ESO. I had a little birthday party with some friends, and we ran around. Because how did Sasquatch put it? He put it so eloquently. It's your birthday, Gwen. What do you want to do? Run around in the sewers.
Yep.
And
It's-
that's
It
what
was
we
a-
did.
It was great.
It's not
It
a
was
party until you're
I
swimming
mean, we
in.
had this giant orange traffic cone running around with us, so our stealth was like zip, but it was great.
I have the incriminating evidence of Lotus of Dominion. But
Yes.
New Year, new Lotus. I bet one of the first things he did today was probably log into the game and change his outfit and
Or
his
he
alliance.
totally forgot, and he's gonna log back in and still go.
I kind of want it to be that he forgot until he listens to this show. And then he's like, oh my gosh, forgot. I know that won't be the case because he was literally like chomping at the bit, but
to switch it back. Yeah. Every time we ran into EP people, yes, kill me! I'm a traitorous scum.
I wish there was like an arms out emote because that's just what I imagined happening.
I
imagined,
literally just did that actively as I was a person.
I imagined him when we came around that corner in Imperial City and we saw all the little red tabs above everybody's head, and he goes, "Please put me out of my misery," because he was with us. So good, so good. Such a good sport and a
You
great
know,
friend.
if we keep it up, between him running around with AD and, um, getting drawings of him in AD gear, he may
Lotus of
eventually.
Doom 80 propaganda.
Yeah,
No,
we
we're
might
not that mean.
we might convert him.
Oh, I doubt that.
I doubt it.
I think he's too strong. He's too strong.
I have another friend who's also like a diehard EP. As so much so when I was in Vegas, he's like, "You gotta get me the EP flag. You gotta get me the EP flag." And so I got him the EP flag, and I've been trying ever since to try to convert him, and it still hasn't worked.
Nice.
EP people are dedicated. I don't know what
they are.
it is, but EP peeps are dedicated.
They
Yeah,
are, for sure.
yeah. Stubbornness will do that to you.
So what have you guys been up to?
Me, not a whole lot, honestly. I've been trying, still working on quest log stuff, and I've got the. I thought it said it was a holiday quest, where you have to go and do some stuff for. Well, let me just tell you what it is. The Bloody Reunion quest.
Oh yeah, that's the one that was from the Skyrim event, right? Isn't that the Western Skyrim one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I gotta do that too. We should just finish it together. I can't do a Harrow Storm alone.
Well, I've just done that part of it, and the next part I'm supposed to follow and I'm supposed to go kill someone, and I can't find them. I don't know if something bugged out or if I'm just completely blind. That is possible.
I was
I
curious.
wonder-
Is the event
I wonder-
over? Since the event's over, can you do it?
That's what I was just wondering. Because I have had event things where they get stuck after a certain point because it's an NPC that's only there for the event. I wonder.
I didn't think about that.
Oh my gosh, when are we going to get another Greymore event?
Later this year, I suppose, right? Those things tend to be yearly, don't they?
Yeah, well, the Greymore one, they cycle. They cycle a lot. So
I don't know,
they...
we haven't had another Clockwork City event yet.
That's true.
I thought they usually just did those around the time they released.
That's what they used to do, but then they got so many DLCs that it got a little aggressive because it
Yeah.
was like Skyrim, followed by Somerset, followed by whatever. We actually haven't had a Somerset event in a while, so it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they rotated in this year.
Interesting.
But I don't know. I think it will also depend on where the chapter is, to be honest. Like the
Now
new
we're
stuff.
jumping ahead of ourselves.
I know. I'm not meaning to go into that. I'm just saying, like, I think that could be what the events end up being around as well.
That would make sense.
Well, you may be onto something, because I ran to where the NPC is supposed to be, and I don't see there being too many. There's not a lot of verticality there. There's like a lower part, and then like a bridge is not the right term. It's like a natural bridge, I guess. So I've been on the top and bottom, and I did not find the guy I was looking for. So maybe he's not there because it's not the time for the event. So that's definitely a possibility.
We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, but if you're at the Harrowstorm phase of that quest, then I think you're on the part right before me. So you could probably do that and then go see if you have any luck.
Yeah,
Or
we can
after,
see what happens.
because you like do a Harrowstorm, you talk to him, you do another Harrowstorm. So.
Yeah. We can
Yeah.
find out.
But other than that, that's been mostly all I've been up to in ESO recently. I haven't really bothered too much in the last several days with doing any of the event stuff, just because I already got my hourglass. I already have full tickets. None of the stuff that the Impresario was selling was really anything I was too worried about. The style pages are, I collect them when I get them, but I don't usually even make use of style pages very often, so wasn't too concerned with that. So I haven't fooled with trying to do the event quests. I've done them all, so I've just kind of been, when I'm on, working on knocking out the pieces of that quest. And that's been about it. What about you, Crazy?
I have actually had time to play the game a little. I could cry. So good. I don't know. For a minute, I'm gonna be honest. I kind of forgot what it was like to just log in and quest. So it's been really, really nice to just do that. I did a lot of the New Life stuff. I've got my hourglass on both platforms. So I've just been collecting the style pages because I actually do like getting those. And I did like the style from this event. So I have it complete on PC because I have really good RNG there. And then, of course, not so complete on PlayStation because I have really poor RNG here. So, yeah, hopefully I'll have that mostly done by the end of the event, or at least the pieces that I want from it. I checked into our Extra Life stuff as the team. Total for the team, oh, I should have pulled that number a second ago. Hold on one second, I'll tell you. For mine, I got a surprise last-minute donation. I don't know who you are, but whoever you are, thank you for getting me to my goal. I can't thank you because everything reset at midnight last night. So I don't know who it was, but they put me at $319 for my personal stuff for the end of the year. And the team in total raised $10,519.23, which is pretty dang awesome.
That is awesome.
So I was really, really excited about that. That's the second year we've broken 10K. So, and it's only our second year, which is amazing. So I'm really proud of all the Elder Heroes peeps. Other than that, I have been working on the Fargrave questline. I'm almost done. I'm right in the epilogue, I think of it, or maybe towards the end of the main stuff there, because Keshi the Blackfin and a bunch of people have just shown up in Fargrave. I won't say any more than that, because no spoilers. And I'm hoping that I can get some more High Isle questline done on my PlayStation account. So it's just been kind of nice to be able to do the normal guild management stuff, but also actually have time to play the game. I forgot what it was like because I've just been working so dang crazy. So it's been nice.
It's awesome. Yeah, work will do that to you.
Yeah, it's gonna get nuts again here in a week for a little bit, but hopefully it doesn't last too long. This last time it was 2.5 months of nonstop. So, and then just a lot of internal guild things happening too, which, lots of layers made it feel like there was no time to actually play the game when I was in the game, so.
Very cool.
But at least you got time to play.
Yep. It was great.
Well, we've got some news stuff. Some of this stuff is not necessarily new news, but I don't think we've talked about it.
Yeah.
We were off last week.
Holiday break.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So all of this stuff is still currently going, right? I know that first thing there was
I believe the first thing's through the 5th, right?
Through the end of New Life. So whenever New Life ends.
The 3rd.
Yeah. So
you can get it
currently
till the 4th.
Till the 4th. Yeah.
There we go. All right.
So right now, if you log in, you can go to the Crown Store and you can get a free pet. It's a nice little glowy green wisp. Cute little guy, follows you around. Looks, trail of green in its wake.
In leaves, little floaty leaves.
Yeah.
It's cute.
So you do have until the 4th. Go pick that up, and then you can gather around with all your friends and light up the neighborhood.
I really like this pet.
Yeah, I actually had it out the other day when we were running around. I think me and you and I think Sasquatch might have had his out.
Mm-hmm.
Gwen, did you have yours out?
No.
When we
I
were
did
running
not put a pet out because we were running in the sewers first, so I had pets turned off.
Because Gwen's smart and doesn't want people to know where she is based on
Even
her
though I
followers.
Even though I had on a giant, neon, just bright golden crown, and then we were running around with a traffic cone. It didn't matter, but I still remembered to turn off my pet, okay?
Amazing. Amazing. I mean, really, priorities, right?
At least I remembered.
So great.
Nice. What else we got?
End of the year crown sale, which
Mhm.
most people look forward to because it's cheap crowns.
True that.
Alright. So it's 40% off crown packs, 67% off high isle, 70% off standard edition. But if you're listening to this, chances are you have actually already playing the game, so that doesn't matter unless you want to try to force one of your friends to play it, in which case, good luck.
True that.
Yeah, that about sums up that one.
Yeah, it's pretty much that's it. Dates vary for when the sales end, so I would say check on the ElderScrollsOnline.com page for those end dates. Xbox I know ends the soonest. It literally ends, well, as of right now, while we're talking. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it really quick. It looks like Xbox stuff ends January 2nd, i.e. today. PlayStation America.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. For you all, for me right now, yeah. PlayStation America will end on the 6th. Your PSEU ends on the 5th. Asia on the 5th. The ESO store stuff will end on the 4th. The Steam store also ends on the 4th. So there you go.
PlayStation gets it the longest.
That might have something to do with when the their normal sales are going. I know PlayStation's got a big holiday sale going that
I figure there's something else to it. Let us have the moment.
Yeah.
Just let us have the moment ever.
No, it's because the PlayStation sales are better. We have a moment. I don't
It probably is because it started later. That's why it's going later, and it coincides with the PlayStation's actual sales cycle. But yeah, we're just gonna have it, okay?
We win! Yay!
So is that
we did it!
Is that 60% off the high isle? Is that I guess that would be all high isle editions, right? So the game with high isle included.
Yes? Question mark?
I mean, if you've never played and you're getting high isle, you're getting the other stuff too, right? That's how that works nowadays.
Well, you can do the upgrades if you already have the base game. So it's not just the upgrade; it would be the upgrade or the full edition that comes with everything.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It says save up to 67% on the High Isle chapter. Retailer platform offers apply. Check preferred retailer for details. Upgrade. Platform, that's the PlayStation Store. Let's see what happens if I choose PC. See if it tells me. I'm gonna assume that it's all the versions, like the editions.
Okay.
But
well,
you can't really tell. I think I would have to actually go through it, and rather than screw up my account because I have it purchased in 2 spots.
Yeah, well, you can't.
Yeah.
I don't know about other platforms. I know with PlayStation, it's kind of you're not able to see the pricing on anything if you own it. It'll just say it's already in your library. So
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Either way, if you are looking to get into it and you don't already have High Isle or don't have the game at all, and this is a good time to do it. I always say that when you catch these kind of sales, you get a ton of content for the money. If you don't have the game at all and you get the whole thing for whatever the current the current edition runs for, I don't know. They're normally 60, and then if it's up to 60% or 67% off, I mean you're getting a pretty good chunk off of that, and you get every previous chapter with that. That's how that's working now, right?
Yes, the chapter, but not the DLCs.
Right. So a lot of content there. A lot of content.
Yep.
So much content that even though I've been playing this game as long as I have, still haven't done it all. So, yeah, plenty of stuff to do. So very cool. We also crazy also made it into some article about building houses or something.
Yeah, they did a holiday housing featurette as part of the Taverns and Tales stuff. And I guess, well, what it started off as is a tweet that was like, show us your festive holiday home. And I always try and answer those things just for funsies, just because I think it's cool that they engage with the community like that.
Right.
And then when I was putting together the show notes today, I was like, oh, I wonder who made it into the community spotlight. And I'm like scrolling through and I was like, oh, look, there's somebody I talked to on Twitter. Oh, look, a lore seeker. Oh, look, there's somebody else I talked to on Twitter. Oh, look, there's me. Wait, what?
That's awesome.
So it was literally like, huh? Because I mean, mine is so plain compared to all of these other ones. I mean, we're talking like Genhedrio, who is a lore seeker on EU, has a full like holiday. I don't even know. Like he has this crazy good holiday house. There's someone else that has like a whole holiday market that they've built in the snow globe or at the Stillwaters retreat. I mean, like I really do not feel like my my little corner
But you have
should
the
have been there.
important things, and you took a good screenshot.
Picture. That's true. And I took a
This
video
means
too.
This means you are an official housing mancer.
I
Congratulations.
guess so.
There's your title. Slap that on
I guess so.
there. Achievement.
I guess so. Achievement unlocked. Yeah, so it's a really cool article because it shows the actual like, you know, little Twitter responses of everybody's homes and just beautiful, beautiful stuff that people did. So I would definitely say if you're a housing mancer or you're interested in anything like that, definitely go and check it out because there's some really cool things that people have managed to do with homes. I mean, there's even somebody who built a full, like an actual 2-story house with what looks like a garage in Stillwater's retreat. Like
What?
yeah, I'm not even joking. Yep. I can't even process that with my brain. I literally put a Christmas tree and some wreaths and a fireplace and a bearskin rug and some candle flies in a corner, and then this other person above me built like a 2-story home. Anyway, but yeah.
I
so-
should have put the candle flies in the snug pod. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's what's in my snug pod. I keep the red ones in there. But yeah, so it's a pretty fun article. There's nice little holiday, you know, fun little housing stuff there. So really, really fun. And I love that they kind of featured that for the community. So I think they've been really good with this Taverns and Tales thing that they've been running with the community spotlight. I actually was they did one that's like, who do you quest with? Or like shout out your friends. And I was going to shout out all of us and you guys, and I just never got to it. So now I don't know if it's too late. I was wondering if that was going to be a featurette at any point too.
You should have posted a photo of us all in the Imperial City.
I'm not gonna lie, I almost posted the photo of Lotus standing next to the AD flag. But I didn't want to troll him that hard, but it was really hard to restrain myself.
We did all quest together. You could do the one without the overhead tags on it. No one has to know it was him.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, they'll know. He's wearing a bright orange epaulette.
No one has to know. Someone could just like the color orange. People
It's like
orange.
It's like that sound clip. Who's gonna know? Nobody's gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna know.
Exactly. No one's gonna know. It's fine.
Yeah.
But now they will, because if anybody listens to the show. Oops.
But only the people who listen to the show will know.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's how
Well.
it spreads. I mean, we're on the internet. People hear it on the internet. They're gonna talk about it. They're gonna spread
But
it.
it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
It's gonna be.
It didn't happen.
I didn't happen. I don't know what we're talking
It's-
about.
It's gonna go bacterial.
Okay. Well, you.
You know, when it spreads
Oh.
a lot.
So,
Look at this person. Hi, I want to offer a promo to your channel. Viewers, followers, chatbots. Price is lower than any competitor. Guess what's
Sweet.
about to happen? to play SCB. You're about to get blocked.
Is that in our Twitch chat?
yeah.
It is.
Nice.
Thankfully, I'm in the mod view, so they're about to get wrecked.
Nice. Yeah, it's not cheaper. It's not. The prices aren't better than any competitor because we're a competitor and we're free.
I'm gonna ban them. Ban.
We do all our own promotions. Thank you.
Report.
And that's going to be cut out of the official thing.
Next. What a good time.
Good
Moving
times. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah, you made it into the thing. Gwen, you made it in not too long ago too, right?
When did I do that?
The art one.
Yeah, the art one.
Wasn't that like November?
That wasn't that long ago.
I don't know. That wasn't that long ago.
Oh, okay.
I
I mean,
meant,
considering we do a show like once a week, it doesn't feel like that long ago.
But...
Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I guess so. That's old news. It was so last year. You're right. But I just meant, it's cool that.
Hey, never. Now you got to get featured. Get the Snugpod featured. If you get the Snugpod featured, I will make a Rigger cosplay. If the Snugpod Cast featured on the ESO website, I will make a Rigger cosplay.
Oh, snap.
All right, crazy. We'll have to discuss this.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay.
we make this happen. That's awesome. All right, and yeah, other than that, we are just now waiting for them to announce what is coming in the next year, right? And that is supposed to be sometime this month. Have they said a date on that?
Nope. Not as far as I know, but usually stuff gets posted on a Monday, so now that it's January, for all we know, we could all wake up tomorrow and...
No, it
There
will
it
be in the
is.
middle of the month. It will probably be, let's see here. If we look at the calendar, and it is
Yeah.
January, it's probably going to be the 16th.
That's what I'm gonna say. It'll be like... yeah, with an announcement show on the 20th or 27th.
Okay.
They'll do a sneak preview on the 16th with the official show on the 20th.
Yeah. It's gonna be like a 2-second clip of a video. I don't know. We'll see.
Maybe it'll just
see
be
what happens.
like a flyover of some mountains.
Okay, Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah. Clearly, that's enough for us to know exactly what's going to be going on.
Some people do, though. They're just so
I
hyper-focused on
know.
all of the things.
I know.
Like,
look,
how are you that crazy?
the people
I mean,
that
that's cool, and I'm impressed and jealous, but at the same time, how?
the people
Yeah,
that can
well-
find all of the little Easter eggs and stuff in some of these little short clips, it's like my eyes can't focus on any one little detail well enough to ever spot that kind of thing, and they spot 27 things.
I can't even find you guys when you post hide-and-seek screenshots.
Amazing. Yeah, I mean, who knows? But there is definitely speculation
So
from the
what are your
previous
guys'
chapters.
What are your guys' guesses?
Well, I haven't played High Isle all the way through yet, or the Galen stuff, so I haven't gotten to hear what any of the NPCs are talking about, but just from what everyone else is talking about, they're thinking Telvanni Peninsula. Like, that's one of the most popular ones. Let me zoom out to the map.
Now,
Let's zoom out to the
High Isle
map.
does not say anything about Telvanni Peninsula. So I don't know where they're getting that from.
Well,
I thought somebody posted that an NPC said something about one of the houses.
yeah, I think so, but I don't know if that was necessarily part of the main quest. I think that, in fact, it's not the same. It wasn't said by the same main character of the quest we were talking about earlier from the Western Skyrim holiday thing, is it?
Oh, maybe.
That would make sense, actually. He did say a lot of stuff. That might be why that. Yeah, because he said he had to go home. Oh, I'm not going to.
Oh, you're right.
Quest for you guys. You haven't done it.
He did. No. He did say that. He said he had. That's what I saw. You're right. I think that's right. He said he had to
Yep.
go home to the Telvanni Peninsula or something like
Because
that,
his
didn't
like
he?
dad died or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, looking at the map, the spaces that are available in the mainland of Tamriel are, well, you've got the space, of course, between Western Skyrim and the Reach and Craglorn over to Eastmarch. So you basically got
You
that
mean the
whole
Pale.
center section of, Yes, you've got the whole center section that has the pale and all of that in it. That is not there. Then you've got that peninsula that is to the right of Morrowind. Or Vardenfell, I mean.
Telvanni
Telvanni.
version of Italy. Okay.
Yep, exactly. And then we've got the space that is between Murkmire and Shadowfen.
That's when we get Werecrocs, because that's
Yep.
the thing. I want
Yep.
Werecrocs.
Yep. And then we've got...
Did you just say you won't wear Crocs?
I won't wear Crocs. I was about to correct myself. I want
She said,
wear Crocs, as in
I won't wear
werewolf
Crocs.
crocodiles, not wearing Crocs. I would never wear Crocs. I do not condone wearing Crocs. Don't do it. It's bad for
Oh,
you.
wow.
Moving
As
on.
a lore
No.
seeker, how you just... Oh,
I mean,
man.
that's going in violation of ancient lore seeker lore right there.
Do you know
Yeah.
how many OSHA violations there are if you wear Crocs in a kitchen? They are not safe for cooking surfaces. No.
It's true.
Well, I
That's
don't
true.
wear them to work. I only really wear them like
Oh my
when I
God,
need to
but
run
so
out to
many
the
people try
mailbox
to
or
get
something.
away from it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
off
we've
my
got...
I did go by a
That's
Croc
okay.
store today. I didn't go in, but we went by it. We went so.
The other areas we have a big portion of Hammerfell and Cyrodiil that kind of like overlap-ish. I would say it's probably mostly Hammerfell by the shape in the ESO map.
We do
And
need
then
to
we've got-
connect the map there somehow.
Yeah,
that's
we've
kind
got-
of just sad.
Well,
So-
and that, like, honestly, nothing has been done High Rock and Hammerfell recently too much anyway, so it wouldn't surprise me. But also, if everybody's speculating that that's where we're going for ES6, do we think that they're going to wait and pop on that train right before that releases? Because that would make sense to me. Not do it now,
Or
but hype it up right before ES6 dumps.
Hmm.
who knows? Who knows? There's just
I
so
don't know.
much that could happen there.
Yeah. There's also a tiny, tiny little area that nobody ever sees or forgets about just because of the way that everything is shaped, and it's the space between Northern Elsewhere and Southern
No,
Elsewhere.
that's because that's supposed to be the Halls of the Colossus.
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, that's a mighty big space, though.
That's supposed to be where the dragon break happened. That's what
Yeah.
everyone says, at least.
Well, they
Which makes
talked
sense,
about
I mean, if it was holding dragons.
that area back when Elsewhere released, didn't they? About that.
If they did, I don't know. That was
That's
before I
supposed
paid
to be
attention.
that area. Maybe is like a wooded area between the two.
It's
or
jungle, isn't it?
something.
I think it's
I
jungle,
don't
no?
remember. I
Oh,
do.
well, if that's the case, then yeah, can we go there? I want that space.
I do remember
I know
there
people will
being.
complain it's a small map space, but I want it.
There's also that tiny little section down in Black Marsh that's like
my
just
God,
to the
yeah.
right of the Dragon Guard Sanctum. It's just like a little nub that's down there
Right
next to
between there and
Murkmire.
Yeah.
Yeah, little nub down there.
Like the Belfoyen of Murkmire.
Mm-hmm. And then the other area of Black Marsh that's kind of like naked right now that kind of goes up towards that Telvanni Peninsula area. So, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, and then of course, if you zoom out on the Arbus, you've got, you know, whatever planes they want to put out there, because that's where we've got other map space, you know.
They did say they were going to go away from Daedra Plains for a while, though. That's why they
Yeah.
were with the High Isle this year.
Right, but they also mentioned that the next stories were going to be arc stories. And what better way to do it than with Daedra? I mean, we still haven't really finished up. I don't feel like what happened in Somerset is quite wrapped up yet, personally.
Listen, we still need to find the ultimate antiquity.
And that would be...
Dare
Yeah, right? But that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know.
That's why you learn about antiquities. She said it was so she could hunt him down.
I don't know. I don't know.
So let me ask you this: the areas around Cyrodiil.
Mm-hmm.
You got right to the north is unused, and then east and west there's unused area.
Yeah.
There's 3 unused areas touching it. There's 3 factions. I'm just throwing that in there for, conspiracy.
Yep.
but,
Yep. I'm with you.
But that part aside, because that was mostly just a joke. But They did also say with this chapter they were going to be doing something that people have been asking for a while, right?
You think they're going to make those playable areas that are PvE Cyrodiilish? The problem
I,
is it overlaps because a portion of it is Hammerfell. Like, I mean, don't we mostly have, if we go in a Cyrodiil map?
my thought
Well,
my thought is, would they consider doing like, which the timeline gets blurry with this game. That's one of the things I've seen people say it's kind of confusing because all of this stuff seems to be taking place at the same time. Um,
yeah.
which I mean, in your own game, it technically shouldn't be. Like if you'd been playing through everything, then you would have done that, then done that, then done that, right? But um, but the Three Banners War is
I'm
still,
not gone. I went to Cyrodiil.
You really went to? Did you accidentally go to Cyrodiil?
No, I went on purpose. I want to look at the
Okay.
map.
Oh, I
Um,
just zoomed in on it on the regular map.
So so my thought was, would they do something where the Three Banners War bleeds out of Cyrodiil and they just have some area uh, bordering where it's just kind of expanding a little bit, just to give a new PvEVP zone. I don't know how they do that with it being, I don't know if they want to make a whole area as big as the open spots, but would they want to maybe on each side, maybe just expand it a little bit where you're starting to see how it's breaching the borders of Cyrodiil and getting closer to other locations?
Now you're hopping on Wall of Crazy.
Yeah,
You're
probably.
missing
Yeah,
out the straws
but I-
and paper wads.
But I like it.
Um,
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there is quite a bit of space because we're just kind of central Cyrodiil there. I mean, we do have Bruma at the top of the map, but we don't have Cheydinhal, right? We don't have. Yeah, because the Cyrodiilic shape in ESO is slightly different. We have Cropsford, but we don't have.
Do we? Does the Dominion have Cropsford right now?
No, we don't have Cropsford right now. EP does, and EP also has the hammer at Castle Olesia. And then the other one, of course, is Vlastris, which is, like, we don't have. Well, we don't have Skingrad, right? No, we don't have Coral. So, I mean, there is a possibility of the expansion stuff.
The
like,
the popular one though is the Templani Planets, so that's what people are saying.
yeah. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yep, it'll be interesting to find out. There's also all that stuff in Hammerfell. I mean, that people are kind of itching for because people love the Redguard lore. Like, love the Redguard lore.
I would
Oh.
like more Redguard over more Dark Elf, but that's just me.
Oh,
No.
the Tenmar Forest. That's what the word was that I was looking for. The space between Elsewhere, in the bottom of Elsewhere. It's the Tenmar
Yeah?
Forest.
Bosmer chapter. Bosmer chapter.
Oh my gosh, would I ever love that. I still want... My Wall of Crazy is still Falinesti. I don't know how they would do it, but, you know.
It would be like a Daedric plane. You could find Falinesti, and if you go to the different sites, you could teleport to it.
Oh,
Like from the different sites, you
Ooh.
could teleport to that plane.
Yeah!
so
Oh
they
my
did
God!
say that they were they did talk about their people want to have content that's available in the existing zones because there's already so many zones and so much content, right?
Yeah.
So that is totally feasible. I think that you could have access to a location from different
Another
spots.
spot.
Yeah, but now it's Falinesti. That's is that only in Grahtwood though?
It's
As
the
far as-
Walking Tree City.
Right,
No,
but
it's
was it only
it's
associated?
in Valenwood. It is associated with Dominion. It's Valenwood. There's like 4 different sites, one for each season.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it wouldn't be something that would pop up, say, in Banker Eye.
No.
Not
Okay.
unless the Daedric planes decide to do things weird. But Daedra magic.
Well, I mean, we do have, it's like when you go into Cold Harbor, there's locations that were pulled in through
Yeah, so it
through
says
the anchors.
Falinesti is technically one of the 8 major cities in the province of Valenwood, typically depicted on maps in the northwest portion. Colloquially known as the Walking City, it was historically the capital of Valenwood during the Camoran dynasty. And it's one of 2 cities from the Elden tree, a larger subspecies of the already tall grot oak trees. So that's the generalized lore. But the online lore is that it is a moving tree city, which can be found in various locations within Valenwood. In the spring, it travels northeastern to Greenshade, northwest of Marbrook. In the summer, it moves north to western Malabal Tor, east of Valen Harbor. In autumn, it travels to Reaper's March, west-northwest of Ralcaha, and in winter, it moves south to Grahtwood, where it can usually be found just west of Eldenroot. Recently, though, Falinesti has not been found in any of its seasonal locations. The city seems to have disappeared from the face of Nirn. The Falinesti faithful maintain each site when the city is absent and have been praying for its return for many years. Each site provides a possible explanation to where it went. The winter implies Rajin stole it. The spring implies spring implies it just says question mark. The summer implies it is in oblivion, and the autumn implies that Mafala took it. So
Well, there's your multi-year plot right there.
Yep. I'm not gonna lie, I would be giddy if that was gonna happen. Like, straight up giddy.
That is, yeah, that, I don't know if I'd necessarily want that to be a chapter as much as maybe, like I hate to use the term event. We have so many events. Sometimes it's just a lot. I wouldn't want it to necessarily be time limited, but like associated with the seasons. I mean, if that's how it's going to work, as opposed to it being like a chapter where you're done with it. Like have it be a thing that like each season there's something different, in the actual. And I said this in Discord. I was kind of, I guess you could say, inspired by what I saw from my daughter playing Animal Crossing on New Year's. Where the real world things, and that's what New Life is. I mean, it's the game. The events in the game are semi based around real world stuff too. So I mean, this game does this, too. But when you actually have the seasons, which I guess would be different for different locations around the world, their seasons are slightly different. But
right.
But yeah, but have it somehow like, this part of the year you do this part of the year, and then that can be a thing that just stays in the game. You talk about content that can be reused or replayed. It rotates seasonally, and then for that 3-month period of time or whatever, you have that activity, that group of activities, whatever, and then it changes, and then it comes back around once a year.
Yeah, that definitely would be an interesting spin to put on it for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think Falinesti would be cool for sure. I like looking at the map again. Yeah, I don't know. I think that would be a great idea, but whether it actually happens, who knows? I can tell you what I speculate the changes that's coming at the end of the year, but I mean, I think it's going to be...
What do you speculate?
What am I speculating? I think it's going to be repeatable quest lines. Repeatable dungeons.
I already struggle to get everything done.
I know, but it's one of the number one things that's asked for. Like, literally, people talk all the time about how they would love to be able to go through and replay something without having to do it on an alt, because if some poor person is brand new and they run through in a pug and they miss the whole quest line, they have no way of repeating it.
Yeah.
So I really think that there's going to be, not like dailies necessarily, but I think that they will make it where if you have it for like the Undaunted dailies, you could like repeat the quests in those on that day. Or like maybe
Well,
not necessarily for a skill point or anything, obviously, but just be able to replay it, or certain quest lines that you can replay somehow. I don't know how they'll do it, but I do think that that is a possibility
the
of
trials
whatever that new
quests are
system is.
repeatable, are they not?
They are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then it just needs to be done the same way. That seems simple enough.
Yep. Yep.
It's a current system in the game for trials. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't be um, a fairly simple thing just to make the dungeons kind of work the same way. You don't get a skill point in trials each time, but you do the first time, right?
Yeah, but the difference is trials aren't tied to main quest lines for anything. I mean, they are. They're tied to the zone typically, but they're not like doing them doesn't affect the outcome of other things in the zone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but I mean the dungeons are always written in such a way that you don't necessarily have to play them in that way either.
Yeah. I mean, are trials repeatable? The quest lines? Maybe they aren't.
I
yes.
think so.
As weekly trial quests.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I don't run them enough to know right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that and it's the same with like your arena quest, right?
Yeah, like Maelstrom Arena, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know. Do you get a skill point the first time you do the arenas? Those may be different. Those may not have a skill point associated.
I don't recall.
I don't know. Did you get a skill point when we finished that one arena the last time? Never.
Well, that wasn't my first time. I mean, it's the first time doing it on vet, but not the first time that I had finished that arena. I don't think. Wait, which arena was it we ran?
Trust me, you've done it before. We've done it on normal,
yeah, that's what yeah. Yeah, I mean, I had finished it before, so I don't know that I would have gotten one anyway. Either way, the existing system for repeatable quest is already there, so yeah, I think that would be a good addition for exactly the reason that you said, that so many times you go in your first time doing a dungeon and you don't get to actually do the quest because people just run to the end and kill the boss, and you're like, oh, I was still listening to what this person was saying. So that would definitely be a good one. But is that a big enough feature in terms, because like I said, that seems sort of like a simple thing to implement. Maybe I could be wrong, but would that be a big enough feature for them to kind of promote it the way that they have and saying that, we've got a big feature everybody's been wanting coming to the game?
I don't know. I mean, and I think that would be a polarizing one, kind of like how, I like we were talking even amongst us. Gwen was like, meh, right? I don't know. I think that could be a possibility. I don't know if that's the only thing they'll release. So, I mean, what are you guys thinking those systems could be?
I have put zero thought into it. I am okay with being surprised, honestly. That's why I want to know what your thought was, because I have put zero thought into it.
I know what. Go ahead, Never.
I was just gonna say I don't see there being any drawback to that being added. I just feel like that might not be a big enough thing for it to be, like I said, to be promoted like it has been. I feel like they probably have something that's more of a, oh, this is like awesome now that we can do this thing, or we have this thing, or whatever. So I don't know. That a new system coming, or well, it's not really a new system, but people have also been wanting like more PvP content, right?
Yep, that was my next thing.
And that's why I had the idea.
Ships.
That's why I had the idea for the area around Cyrodiil possibly being associated with whatever zone we're going to get, whatever is, if they had, would that somehow be an option for them to tie that in and then expand PvP more too. But I don't know if people would really like that if PvP is kind of not working very well at the moment, because I'm kind of hearing that performance on Cyrodiil is not great.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword, because I think if they announced a new addition to PvP, people would be like, "Yay, PvP content! We finally got some love."
Right.
But I also feel like people would be like, "Fix what's there that's broken first."
Right.
And you can't, of course, make everybody happy, but I don't know. It's like darned if they do, darned if they don't at this point. with
Right.
that, because there is such a large part of that community that's been like, bye. Like there's literally a massive group of end game and streamers that have vacated this game for right now until they see what changes are coming in this next year, because update 35 just really wrecked a lot of people's end game stuff, and 36 didn't help. So I don't know. I would like there to be more PvP content, or I would like it if they did what people have also been asking for and make an instance of Cyrodiil that's PvE, so that people who don't want to get ganked can go in there and do it. But at the same time, I feel like that kind of takes the danger out of the zone a little bit. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's splitting the community in that way is necessarily a good thing, because it might make Cyrodiil even less populated. At
It
least now.
probably
You
would.
know,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know. I think Cyrodiil is really unique. I want them to do something to fix it again, because it's so good. When it's good, it's good, and when it's bad, it's really bad. You know.
You know, another way
So
to kind of, and this would probably be a pretty big system to put in place because it affects the entirety of the map. Um, but I know, uh, at least one other game I've seen does this, where when you load into either a PVE or a PvP server. Now, I'm not expecting them to go and change all their servers, but would there be some way just to toggle, um, toggle on and off whether or not you want to be in a PvP instance or whatever? But it kind of might create the same problem. Everybody might just turn it off, and PvP players might not ever have anybody but other sweaties,
yeah.
So that might not be a good thing either. But then you would have the option of doing PvP in Merkmire or Somerset, But I don't know how that would play out. That might not be a good idea.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, spell crafting has been a big thing too.
Hmm.
I would love that. But again, like, I don't know how they'll actually implement it into the game.
Bards.
And if you're
by adding bards.
by adding bards,
Make your
yeah.
custom character. There we go.
Yeah.
Choose what you want.
Well, that's true, and I'm not opposed to that. I'm just thinking to myself, like, if we have enough problems calculating armor sets and whatnot on the back end, which causes lag and desyncing, do we want to add something where people can literally make whatever they want?
Oh yeah, no, it will never happen. That's me. That's me going. It's a joke world. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think that bards could be in the future with that one quest. They made it really seem possible / canon, so I
But
don't
I'm
know.
already here.
You are already here. And Wandering Bard? He's another player that
See,
has
there's
Bard
so
in his
many.
name.
We already have them. We don't need them. We're good.
That's right. So there you go. I don't know.
New weapon class or new weapon skills. Something I've seen mentioned a few times. I don't know what new weapon they would add. Hand to hand. We've talked about that before. Unarmed combat. It's kind of an easy thing to see them adding. Not in terms of how easy it would be to do it, but one that comes to mind. But and then outside of that, what other weapon types are kind of common to ESO?
Spear.
Or has Elder Scrolls had spears before?
I believe so.
I don't remember spears in Skyrim. But that's
No, I feel like it might have been the old game. Let me. Yeah, in Morrowind there were spears.
When were there Oh, different game.
Yeah. In the actual
Yeah, I never played that one. Another person just told me today that I should play it because it was their favorite too. That's like 23 people. Apparently, I need to play Morrowind this year.
Interestingly, it says the factions that include Spear as one of their favored skills: Ashlanders, House Redoran, the Imperial Legion, and the Talos Cult.
Well, there you go.
The following races receive bonuses to their Spear skill:
You know what?
Argonian and Nord.
I'm a dummy. I literally have a spear in my arsenal right now.
Yeah, you're a Templar. It's just a spear of light, not an actual spear.
But it's still a spear that's being used. So we already
jabs.
Yeah, we already have animations that use a spear. So yeah,
Yep.
spears would be an option.
Do we really need crossbows if we already have like all the weird things that are on the regular bow bar? I don't see the point.
We already have a crossbow too, but it's just a limited ability.
The
Dawnbreaker. Yeah.
No,
or not Dawnbreaker, the Silver Bolts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I said the wrong skill.
That's what I use for my pull, is the morph of that. But the other thing you mentioned, spell crafting, another weapon type in a sense in the Elder Scrolls world is spell tomes. Just being able to, hold a spell in your hand. So, I guess that's technically like you read the scroll, or I don't know how those things work.
Yep.
But then you'd have the option of, I'm not a sork, but I want to throw lightning at something, so I can go find a lightning spell tome that gives me, access to one lightning spell or whatever. Oh, shouts! How about that?
Sounds complicated.
I mean, it wouldn't be so different than just a different skill line, right? I mean,
it sounds complicated for like game balancing and it just.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just throwing out ideas of what kind of things we might see if they were going to add new weapons, because that's been something that I know people have been asking for, and if they're saying that they're adding something people have been asking for.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, what would you like to see, or is that kind of what we've already talked about?
The new weapon.
If you could add anything from any MMO ever into the game, what would it be?
Oh, don't say that. I've only ever played one MMO.
Okay, well then what would you... Okay, then let's just go back. What would you like to see in this game?
Flying mounts.
No, you're so full of it. You're full of it. Full of it. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Water breathing potions and underwater adventures and treasures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. I mean, even Animal Crossing lets you dive down and dig for stuff underwater.
All of the ingredients that are used for potions of breathing underwater are in this game. Why can't we do it?
Now that would be a whole new thing they'd have to animate. What it looks like to be underwater. That would be something.
I would never resurface, just letting you know.
She's like, I'm a mermaid now. Did you know that Bosmers are mermaids? They are now.
I would make an Argonian. Well, no, my crafter Argonian would become my main character.
Amazing.
Na'vi were tree people. You are a wood elf, so.
Well, that's true.
I just got done watching the new Avatar tonight, so it's fresh on the brain.
Ooh.
Anyway, yeah. So what would I like to see? In what areas of the game are we specifying that to?
I don't know. It's you typed the question.
Yeah. And then we've kind of talked around it a little bit already. Just
Yeah, that's true.
New weapons are definitely something I would like to see. Because I don't think I'm gonna invest in a new class. Well, unless they give us the option for class change tokens. Um, we have tokens for so many other things. Having the ability to change a class, I think, seems like an obvious addition that is,
Watch, that's what it's gonna be. That's what we get.
But
That's
I
it.
don't think I would like the big addition everybody's been asking for to be a separate thing you had to purchase with crowns. um, I'm not saying that those should be free. I'm just saying if that was what they said, oh look, now we're giving you this. It's like, well, no, because I bought your expansion and then also had to buy those. But in relation to that, something that I have heard several people say that I think would be good is just more, more things you can earn through gameplay. And I don't mean like the Endeavor stuff, but just rewards in game for doing things.
Like the unarmed combat skill line.
Yeah, I mean,
Brawler.
they could tie that
Fisticuffs.
they could tie that to a quest. But I mean, even like, you go and I don't know. Let's just say, for example, it's not a flying mount. It's a baby dragon that hasn't learned to fly yet. But you get a dragon mount, a little baby dragon mount. You get that through, if that had been associated with elsewhere, you kill the dragon, find the baby dragon, save the baby dragon, and then you have that as a mount.
But there's no baby dragons. When have we ever seen a baby dragon? In
It's just-
Skyrim, they're all already dead. Here, they're already ancient and they were locked up.
Right.
And apparently, the dragons don't get along well enough with each other for there to be baby dragons. And they're all ancient. But moving on.
Right, but I'm just using that as an example because right now the only there's only like a couple of like cool mounts that you can actually earn through gameplay. Right, you can get the one through the Antiquities, and then there's the one associated with Sunspire.
What about the Indrakes and the Quasigriffs?
Yeah. I mean, those are event specific, and that's fine too. But I just mean like, hey, I just bought your chapter. Like, have some stuff in there that I just get through playing.
Okay.
Mounts or it doesn't have to be mounts. I mean, armor styles and things like that. Just things that can be earned because you completed a quest, as opposed to here's your 700 gold and some useless green piece of gear that doesn't do anything for you. Kind of like they've done, and this this is kind of a step in that direction, I think, but it's just sort of limited in its system. Is like you get the card deck pieces for doing quests. Like that's a cool thing. Like that gives you something to work toward. That also you can use for something else later. But yeah, just in-game rewards through gameplay would be something that I would say would be a nice addition.
Yeah, I was just curious, so I was perusing the forums, and what some of the speculations are that this is actually a really good point, because it has been asked about a lot, and it's harder overland content.
Yeah.
So a lot of people in the forums are speculating that it will be a new zone that will have toggleable vet or normal content, i.e. like Craglorn. So, because there's been nothing like that recently for endgame people. Other people are also saying, and someone wrote this number in here, I don't know if it's completely true or not, but I would assume that they are hopefully correct on this, and it says, I hope the Q4 feature system is a meaningful PvP addition, because when Q4 launches, it will have been about 4 years and 9 months since PvP received any new content, assuming that nothing comes in quarters 1 through 3. That's a long time. That is a long time to not touch a section of the game.
Well, what are they?
So-
What's considered new PvP content? Battlegrounds would maybe have been the last thing, wouldn't it?
Did we
Yeah,
really get
and they
Fallen
haven't
Guard 4 years ago?
Yeah, and they haven't even updated any Battlegrounds maps. Like none. So I think that both of those are very valid points. Either a new overland area that has some sort of a toggleable or a tiered sort of content, or new PvP stuff, and I would hope that it might be both.
Battlegrounds launched with Morrowind.
Yeah, it launched with the first chapter. It's been a long time. And it would make sense if in Q3 they're bug fixing, if they're going to release a massive update to PvP or something in Q4. Because then they can get all of the balance issues and the crap out of the way from whatever chapter releases. So I don't know. Somebody else listed, they said, here's what I remember as most requested. New class, a trial finder, story mode for dungeons. Okay, so far we were kind of on the right track with that.
Right.
Hide shoulders or hide crotch flaps on your armor. Group duels. And then this one says, not requested as much, but still requested or nice to have. Underwater swimming, companion duels, a battle spire dungeon crawl like PvP, PvE, PvP arenas that include 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, housing battlegrounds, or a new battleground set in the theme of whatever the new chapter is, since there's been no PvP releases. Yeah. I don't know.
The shoulder thing for sure. Honestly, hide everything. Like every piece. I don't mean just a one size fits all, but like everything. If you want to hide your gloves, if you want to hide your boots, whatever. Like just make that an option. I mean, if I take them off, they're no longer animated there. You have the option to hide a helmet. Again, that just seems like one of those things that it should just be a fairly simple, insert that option in menu, and or in the outfits, system or whatever, to do that. Like, yeah, like I have a hard time with shoulders because most of them I don't like them. I want my kitty's arms to show. He's so furry and muscular and tattooed now. So, but if they're all covered up, you can't see any of that.
That's true.
But yeah, that seems like that should be doable.
Someone else said a furniture bag.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd take that as part of ESO Plus.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great.
Yeah,
You get your craft bag and your furniture bag.
Yep. Add a tab.
Yep.
Yeah. There's.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
we have way less furnishing stuff than we do crafting materials, so should be doable. There was something
New
else
Year's
in there.
goals, less housing.
It seems like there was something else you mentioned in there that I was going to say something about, and I don't remember what it was now.
The toggleable overland content?
I don't know. You said like Craglorn? Is Craglorn toggleable? Toggleable?
No.
I didn't
No,
think so.
it's just hard.
Yeah, because that was like intended.
It
as
was
a group.
originally intended to be like 4-person content.
Right. I don't think it would work for this particular game because of the existing setup, but like dungeons that weren't, I guess, instanced, like you just sort of walk into them. It's sort of like a public dungeon, I guess, but there's another game that's coming out next year. Well, this year. It's supposed to come out this year, I think. But anyway, that's one of the things that they've talked about that game's going to have is like completely open world, no loading screens for anything. So it's different
That's
in that regard.
insane.
But like the dungeons in that game, one of the things that sounded really cool was multiple access points. The dungeons are very they're multi-layered, and
Like that one dungeon in Cyrodiil where you can fall in through the roof.
essentially, yeah. But they said that like you would be able to just if you could basically go in at any level. You didn't have to start at the beginning and work your way through because there was multiple entrances. So you might find the further down you go, the harder the stuff gets. But if you found a way to get down past some of the earlier levels, you could just skip right to that and go help somebody that's at another phase, because it's all just a seamless open world.
That's crazy.
But
That seems like a lot.
yeah, so it's pretty cool. I don't think that would be a thing that would happen in this game because this game's already, it's sectioned off the way that it is. So I don't see that happening.
Yeah, I don't think the actual thing could handle it. The lines of code.
Right. But just so maybe I don't really know what it would be. I guess maybe kind of similar to Craglorn in a sense, but like not just like here's a group area that you just have random enemies, or here's a group world boss or whatever, but like maybe have a semi-enclosed area with a kind of a purpose that you could go in there and try to do something and have to work through. Do you follow my thought process here? Am I being clear? Like it would work sort of like a dungeon, but not be closed off in instance. Like you could just kind of go up and go in, and then you would see other people, somewhat like a public dungeon, but it could just be out in the zone.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's late at night, and you start talking about crazy ideas, and this kind of stuff comes up. Yeah. New class. What were some of the other things that you read off of there? We haven't.
Let me go back and look. From the original post, like the most requested one?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone said most requested, here's what I remember. New class, trial finder, i.e. like a dungeon finder for trials. Story mode dungeons, which we've already talked about.
Right.
Hiding shoulders or armor pieces.
Right.
And group dueling.
Group dueling. So if you two wanted to try to take me on, you could team up and,
Yeah, or like 1v1v1 or 2v2, like that sort of a situation.
Yeah, I mean, well, there again, that kind of, if you were talking 1v1v1, Battlegrounds is already a thing, so they found put in some way to put that out into just any zone.
Right.
Be interesting. Yeah, going back to the PvP thing, gosh, it has been a long time if they haven't done anything since basically.
It's been a really long time.
Yeah. Oh, lines of code. That's what it was.
The 26 million lines of code.
Did they also say? You said that. It made me think about it. Did they also say that they're supposed to be working on cleaning that up? Because I read that somewhere recently about they're supposed to be working on cleaning code up too.
I think that's the Q3 purpose.
Okay, because that was a big part of what they did when they did some stuff like a year or so ago to reduce the file size, wasn't it? Like they just eliminated a bunch of old code.
Well, I don't even know that they eliminated old code. They eliminated how the servers processed the accounts. So, like, if your account basically wasn't logged into or whatever for X amount of days, then it goes inactive and it goes into, like, a cold storage, which would mean that the first time you log into it, the server has to pull it from, the depths of wherever it is that's being stored. So it's kind of like keeping only the active stuff up front, in a way.
Well, I'm not talking about on their end. I mean on our end. Because they did something a while back.
But that was all the same update. Like that all came at the same time. Yeah.
Okay.
So it reduced the size of the game, like the file, because they eliminated a bunch of extra that was in there, as well as changed how the files were kind of like stored on the servers and whatnot, I think.
Okay.
But I don't know if that directly ties to that portion of the code in terms of that, like from the dev perspective, Right. I think the problem is when they have a code in the way that, my understanding is the way that ESO's code is done, it's a little tricky because with 26 million lines of code, they make one addition and then it breaks something 3 strings back or whatever, or 100 strings back or whatever, and then they have to go back and try and find it, and they fix that, but then it breaks something else that's behind it. That's basically what happened with the block bug. So they fixed the one issue. Then when they implemented it, they realized it broke something else even worse. So it's a little tricky when the code builds on top of each other like that.
Yeah.
So.
I can't imagine trying to work through anything when the numbers are millions.
Me either.
That's insane.
Like, it's incredible to me.
Yeah. So anytime I say things like it seems like that should be easy.
Somewhere a dev loses their wings.
Yeah.
Somewhere you give me like mental pain. Like
Yeah.
no. I used to have to I did coding robots once upon a time and no. No.
But I usually do try to associate or to line that up with just what's already there and knowing that they are as talented as they are, that relatively speaking those things seem simple enough. Like being able to hide individual armor pieces seems like a simple thing to do when they have created this huge world. If they can do all of those things and give us housing systems and all of that, it seems like, I have the option to hide my helmet, that the other things would be a relatively simple thing to add that option for, in comparison to here's a brand new class with all of its balance and everything else. Anyway, so yeah.
I mean, who knows?
Yep, I'm certainly no dev, so I have no idea what goes into that.
Me
And
either.
26 million lines of code, I don't even want to count. So I think 1, 2, 12, 25. I'm done. I didn't even make it to 30. I'm done.
Yup.
All right. Well, went a little wall of crazy with some of that, but that's all right.
That was a big wall of crazy.
Yeah.
You could block in Cyrodiil with that wall of crazy. We are at an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, you throw enough crap at the wall, something might stick, though.
That's true.
I'm watching it all slide down, except for class change token because it's Crown Store related. Anyway.
Yeah. Yep. There's that. But that is one way that might get people to play multiple classes like me, because I would consider changing from Templar to something else, but not if it means I got to start doing a bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh, but what would that do to the armory? Anyway, we were done with wall crazy. Moving on.
All right. Well, I mean, that's really all we've got other than just announcements, right?
That's right.
Gwen, you want to do some announcements? You've been rather quiet tonight.
I don't have a lot of crazy.
Are you saying that
It's
you're
in
the
my
sane
name.
one? You saying you're the sane one in the bunch?
Maybe.
I'm saying I like surprises. Anyway. Guild announcements. Monday is going to be Mondays with Moki. It is... oh my gosh, how did you type this? Alright, we're just going to say this. Monday is Monday Night Mayhem with Moki. Come and get your Cyrodiil achievements and quests done.
Yep. We're going to try something for a couple weeks. She wants to see if some people might be interested in Cyrodiil, since a lot of people have started to get fishing stuff done, so.
Nice.
Now it's Monday Night Mayhem.
For a few weeks at least.
And then we have Treacherous Tuesday Dungeons. Are we still doing the sign up for that?
Well, I might put it back now this week. We didn't do it last week because of the holidays, but hey, I just remembered something we forgot to mention. We finally ran the dungeon that you needed.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, so you finally got to see the Stonenuts.
Yeah, she got to see the Stonenuts. We still haven't seen the Dwemer ruins that are under the water with the bubbles, but she's seen the Stonenuts now.
Yeah, well, next on the list.
That's right. But yeah, Treacherous Tuesday. I'll try and add a sign up for that this week as well.
The Stonenuts need to be a housing item that you can turn on your house and they glow green.
That
Why
would
isn't
be
that
amazing.
a housing item? That should have been the achievement item for completing that on Vet instead of the flowers.
See what I mean? In-game earnable rewards. That's what I'm talking about.
That was Wall of Crazy, Gwen. I'm on board.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, Wednesday night trials with Polly are normal Cloud Rest and normal Rock Grove and maybe a normal Sunspire. And then there is going to be Fearless Friday this Friday.
Yeah. That's Undaunted event.
Yep.
Undaunted. We are
Undaunted.
Undaunted.
Oh god, we gotta get better on our syncing. We're just as bad as the regular Undaunted.
I think that was the point.
We're just as bad as the NPCs.
We are NPCs.
Anyway.
Plot twist.
Weird.
Crazy, you want to cover the other guild announcement?
Yeah,
And more.
actually, it just happened during our show.
Oh god, no. No!
It's in the announcements tab on the guild Discord and the Lore Seekers ESO Discord. But basically, what has happened is that we have made some changes in the Discord server. It's for not only the protection of you as a person, but also your choice of interests and server pings towards the interests. So basically, the welcome channel has been updated. It has a new forward and an updated code of conduct, as well as better instructions for people who are applying to the guild. So head on over, look at the welcome channel. Take a peek as well at the new role assignment stuff, because there are new reactions that will help you with actually getting your interests for everything that you want. So even if you think you already have the role, go ahead and head on over there, because you may notice that some of your channels are missing because some things have been combined or moved around. We've also regrouped the channels into new categories. There's one for ESO information, artisans, content creators, and role players and writers. So you can find that stuff as well. The last thing, which is totally not least, that we've done is now that there is a help channel, you can also have a submit a ticket spot. So that's for anybody to report issues, do suggestions, anything like that. It's anonymous. They are secret. They will only be visible to the community managers, just so they know, how to deal with everything. And there's also like a voice chat channel for the help desk as well if needed. So lots of good changes, hopefully for everybody, that will make everybody's Discord experience a little bit more streamlined, as well as a little less hectic if you don't want pings from certain things. So yeah, there you go.
Very cool. All right. Well, I think that's a wrap.
This isn't as scary as you made it sound.
Nope.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go. We're gonna end this, and I'm gonna go have a total mental break trying to figure out Discord, and no, it's not that bad.
No, it's super easy.
Very cool. All right. Well, if you are interested in coming and checking out the Discord, you want to join the Lore Seekers. If you're like, hey, these three chaps sound rather fun to hang out with, well, there's a whole lot more than three of us. And we're on basically every platform. So come and hang out. You can do so by going to loreseekers.club. That's got links to everything you need to get access to Discord and the guild. So if you're interested, come hang out. If you want to check us out on social media, you can find us on Twitter at
Snugpod Cast.
Oh, look, y'all synced it up. Very good. You can email us at snugpodcast@gmail.com, and in a few years, I'll be able to check that.
I can use it in 12 years.
Happy birthday.
Anyway.
If you're watching this on Twitch, you already know where to find us. But if you're not, it's twitch.tv/snugpodcast. You can find us by searching for Snug Podcast on YouTube. Don't know about that custom URL. I need to check back on that. I think it's just at Snug Podcast or something, but I couldn't quite figure out how to get that clarified. It was a little odd. But anyway, but yeah, you can just search Snug Podcast on YouTube. It's there. So if you want to watch us, those are the two ways to do that. You can do it live, usually Sundays Um, between 10:30, between 10 and 11 Central PM is when we try to get started. So you can come hang out with us live if you want to do that. But if you prefer podcast and you're watching this on video format, you can check us out on podcast too through probably any of the major podcast forms you're using. Spotify, Google, Apple all have it, and several others as well. So you can find us there. Yep. So we appreciate you listening or watching or however you chose to consume this stuff. You feel free to take a cookie on your way out. And we have sweet rolls left over. You can have one of those as well because, New Life's almost over and we'll have to clean the table off soon.
Yeah, if you don't take one now, I'm gonna pitch it because I gotta change this up.
Yeah.
Got to get ready for what is it? February with like cool stuff or whatever after the new announcement happens. We're gonna do some cool stuff.
Yeah. One last question. Which one of these cookie shapes would you choose? We got the red diamond, we got the Ouroboros, we got guar. Those are guar cookies, aren't they?
Which one has the most surface area? Which one do you get most cookie out of?
Probably the red diamond.
Then the red diamond.
Yeah, that would be the one I would be the least sad to eat because it's just a diamond.
Yeah.
But you could eat the guar. You could have guar fights. You could take the guar cookies and you could like fight with your guar and then go, oh no, and bite off the guar's head.
So it's kind of like when you do peeps in a microwave. Have you ever done that?
No.
Or, like,
but I do understand the
marshmallow
concept.
peeps.
Do you
put
eat
a toothpick.
peeps?
Well, yeah.
There's an
I'm
entire
a Bosmer.
website to like dedicated to different ways to destroy peeps using every method imaginable, including like acid. It's great.
Well, a really great way to do it is to put toothpicks in their mouths, aim them at each other on a plate, and put them in the microwave for 10 seconds and see who wins.
Why?
They blow up, and then whichever one pokes the other one first wins.
Okay, mention it during peep season. Remember that and remind me during peep season.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've just really gone off the rails here.
Yeah, I didn't know that this was becoming a peep show.
Whoa!
Peeps are gross.
Well, you just asked me if I ate peeps, and I did say under my breath, well, I am a Bosmer, but then I kept it to myself and didn't continue anymore, so...
Yeah, I suppose you'll eat about anything. Does that mean peeps
yeah,
are your enemy?
That's why we want that new PvP feature. No, I'm just kidding. We're hungry.
Oh
Anyway, moving on.
Well, the werewolves already do that, technically.
It's true.
Nice.
It's true.
All right, everyone. We hope that everybody has a good night. We'll catch you next time.
Sleep well, Tamriel.
Bye.